Hello everyone, a warm welcome to the FBC Champions League Final 2023. This year, the final takes place in London, with two of FBC's best, FC Girondins de Bordeaux and Malmo FF. I'm joined in the studio today by three men who have been legends of FBC coverage in the past. Elliot West, Owen Taylor, and Andrew. Well, it's been a while since we hosted coverage like this for the World Cup back in December. Elliot and Owen, who is a player you're both looking out for tonight?
Of course, the player, we all should be looking out for is the greatest of all time, that is me. The most decorated player, the most skillful player, the most magical player. And, you might say I need to be more humble, but, really, in my eyes, you should all be bowing down to me, because I am the god of this game. But I mean, let's make it interesting, so I'll pick someone else. So we'll go with Joker. It'd be interesting to see how his team can accommodate his weaknesses. He seems to everything needs to revolve around Joker. He has to be the center of attention, and that can have a big negative impact, on his team's form. And so we'll see how that affects the game today.
Well, I'm quite liking the look of Circuit tonight. He looks quite interesting up in attack. I'm hoping he'll get a few goals. He's in hunt of the Golden Boot, and I think he might have a go tonight. There's about four, or the top four currently is separated by just Malmo and Bordeaux players. So hopefully, if Circuit really does put a foot in tonight, he might get that Golden Boot, the coveted one, and maybe rise up in the FBC Champions League rankings.
And what about yourself, Andrew? You've been critical of Bordeaux in recent weeks. What are your thoughts on them coming into tonight's game?
Yes, well, I think the problem has been with the team building. I don't know if you're familiar with FIFA Ultimate Team, but they are like 99 rated team, zero chemistry. I mean, Red Link head to toe, El Troco signed and done nothing for them. So I mean, he will have a point to prove today, but I mean, there's obvious communication issues. Silva and El Troco do not speak English, which it will hinder their connection today.
Well, thank you both. We'll come back at halftime and discuss the first half, but both sides have come a long way to get to London to do a battle at Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park. The FBC Champions League Final 2023 coming up next on Westie TV.
Well, hello everyone. Big finals like this never ever get overlooked. It's the FBC Champions League Final 2023 and FC Girondins de Bordeaux of France take on Malmo FF of Sweden at the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park in London. Well, London, a capital of 9 million people, and what a setting it is. Sporting history all around in a stadium built for the 2012 Olympic Games, currently resided by West Ham, now holds FBC's greatest club competition final once again. Here's the lineups then. FC Girondins de Bordeaux lineup with the Snaily, Silva, El Taraco and Werau up front. Dorian is the coach. He's on the bench tonight. He's not playing a major final. A big shock for Bordeaux. But here's Malmo then. Markel Fultz starts in goal. Circuit in the centre-back position, unusual for him. Trick shot might drop a bit deeper, but Joker up front, he's looking to smash the goals record tonight. But Kirio names a very strong lineup. He's worked and tinkered his team throughout the competition, but now this is where it counts. This is where it matters here at the London Stadium tonight. Well, we're supporting as well UNICEF. Please donate what you can. Link to the Just Giving page is in the description. But here we are then, a huge setting, a huge night, and 8 players and the teams about to walk out onto a glorious stage. Dorian and Kirio not taking the walkout. So So it's always best to give your players a bit of a boost, let them walk out on their own. I'm not sure if they know when to go, but I believe it's now. But Werau and Mark Elfoltz, also known as Andrew, lead the line tonight. We've had a very interesting build-up to this game. Malmo and Bordeaux, of course, starting the same group, beat Partizan, knocked them out in the group stages. Here we are then. Well, a glorious anthem, a glorious evening, and now we get underway here at the London Stadium. Bordeaux and Malmo FF are two of Europe's considered minnows in the big stage, but on FBC, this is where it really counts. Bordeaux not in Europe for 5 years. Malmo on the latter stage of the Champions League, trying to fight for the group stage this season. But we're underway in the FBC Champions League Final 2023. El Trolaco on the ball around the back. Played into Werau. Dutchman knows how to win an international tournament. He's on the losing side of the 2020 final and cleared away there by Trick and Joker. Trick down the right hand side. Can he put in a ball and tries the chip as Snaily makes a good save. Snaily, another Dutch international signed by Bordeaux, and here comes Circuit, knocked in, trick shot save by Snaily, great save by Snaily. Had all the goal to shoot at and get that header off, but trick shot couldn't get it away. Snaily, Dutch international, has won a few finals in his time. He's on the veteran side now, locked in and cleared away, and Andrew off the line. Great header away, and now Joker can counter. Joker down the right hand side, knocked into trick shot. Might try and seize one up here. Size one up, sorry. Here's trick shot, trying to weave round. Knocked in, and Joker cleared away by Silva, who's got the Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo haircut on tonight and skin. Well, if you're going to win a big final like this, you might as well channel your Ronaldo tonight. Here's trick shot, right hand side, knocked forward. His Joker just steps over the ball a bit too much, misjudged the pass. Silva, Werau tries to beat Circuit, doesn't beat Circuit. Circuit's looking tonight to win the Golden Boot in the FBC Champions League. Lovely open ball from Marco Fultz to split Werau apart. Joker knocked in, trick shot off the wall. Joker cleared away by Silva. Good defence off the line there. And the man from London, the most local man in this FBC Champions League final tonight. He's on the other side of London, in West London. Here's Snaily. Taken away from El Trolaco. El Trolaco might look to size one up. Knocked back to Snaily. Long ball, Outro, great stop and Circuit. El Trolaco beaten to it, trick shot gets there. And Snaily off the wall looking for Silva, cleared away by Circuit. Good stuff there. Circuit, another Englishman. Andrew as well at the back for Malmo. Free national players who have, in fact 4, you got trick shot as well, 4 players on the pitch from the United Kingdom. And you get a chance to play at your home final at a home stadium. It's always an opportunity, and Joker might seize one here. Joker forward to trick shot. Trick shot. Weaving in and out. Here's trick shot. Cuts left. Cleared away by El Trelaco. Joker. Still trying to size one up at the end of the first half here. Here's Joker. El Trelaco picks it up, but Joker's been left free and it's cleared away by Silva. Circuit. And cleared away once more. Circuit asks for Joker, who accidentally steps over the ball, runs with him, but doesn't take the ball with him. Here's Eltro. Where else? So tight between these two teams. Francois, Owen and Andrew are going to have some huge things to talk about in the break in about a couple of minutes' time. Here's trick shot. Silva putting on an immense amount of pressure on trick shot's back. Trick shot shoots and saved by Snaily at point blank range. Joker. Headed away, Circuit. Forward and Joker cleared away by Trick, and that's half time. 0-0 at the half. We'll see.
Well deadlocked at the first half. Owen and Andrew, what were your thoughts on the game so far?
Yes, I mean, very, very tense game. I mean, I expected to open more now. They felt each other up, but you see small mistake will cause some problems soon. Many happen in the game so far. I mean, they look a lot better with Snaily instead of Dorian, but it's a very, very tense game.
Yeah, it's been an interesting half. I think if you're looking at a Malmo point of view, they need to give the ball to Owen more. You know, he's the greatest player of all time, bar none. You know, no one even compares. He is the greatest, and so it seems a bit peculiar that, you know, the ball that doesn't go to him on every single possession. And you know, like I said before the game, Joker has to make everything about him, even though, you know, he is in Owen's shadow because he is the greatest of all time.
Thank you, gentlemen. Now is the time for the second half, so let's hand it back to Elliot West.
Well, here we are for the second half then. It's been quite the interesting game so far. You've not really seen too much yet, and I'll be honest, I'll be thinking this could go either way. Maybe to extra time potentially. Penalties? Who knows? Of course, it is 2 normal 5-minute halves, as a lot of you know, but it goes to extra time. You get 2 extra 5-minute halves. And then if you don't get anywhere from there, it's on trick shot. Does get somewhere from there. Headed on, Silva under pressure. But if it doesn't go, if it stays the same, in extra time you go to penalties. We'll see what happens from there. El Trelaco high and above, trying to set himself up, and Circuit clears away. Spaniard, of course, transferred from SL Benfica, who were knocked out in the group stages. Unfortunate rush from Paris Saint-Germain at the end. It's the Great Escape, as the French club called it. Cleared away Silva. Andrew. This is very tight. Andrew being pushed all the way back to his own half. You are allowed to do sweeper keeper here in FBC. It's a challenge though. You don't want to overdo it or unbalance the play. Here's Snaily. Snaily once more going in, and just a bit wide from Silva. We're off the wall, cleared away by trick shot. We're picks it up once more. Knocked all the way forward, and Here comes El Trelaco. El Trelaco on the far side. El Trelaco off the wall. Silva cleared away. Joker absolutely read that like a book. He's doing excellently well. Here's Werau. Headed clear. Circuit. And that is a very risky pass from the Englishman. But Malmo have a lot of control and they've dealt with it really well. Joker tries to shot, but Silva just gets in the way, gets a foot in. Joker once more cleared out the back. Circuit all the way to Andrew on the far side. Here's Eltro running down the wing. The Spaniard with speed, Eltro. Don't let Circa get in your way. Here comes Eltro, knocked all the way in. Wow, it's in! 1-0 Bordeaux, and that's the way you like it. Dutch delight from Bordeaux. Malmo need to make it up. Here's trick shot. El Trelaco. More pace from the Spaniard. Beats Trick for speed. Here we go. Eltro once more. Been forced back by Trick. Knocked back to Silva, who loses the ball, and now Joker's on a free. Here comes Joker. 1-on-1 with Snaily. And great save from great save from Snaily. Also called Speedy, as you know. And Joker! Oh, Joker's done it! Malmo magic! Joker equalises for Malmo. And we might be going to extra time here. And while we're all distracted by this save from Snaily, you can't deny that that was absolutely incredible. Andrew knocked in. Here's Trick on the far side. Trick knocked in and cleared away by Snaily once more. Snaily or Speedy, you call him what you like. Good reactions though from the Dutch keeper. Andrew. Knocked all the way in, and Joker, oh, I think he got the wrong side of that one. We're coming to the end of the half though. Can they get something here to maybe end it? Andrew knocks all the way in. And he cleared away, and Trick gets the complete wrong side of it, does a Joker. We're going to extra time in the FBC Champions League final. The first time it's happened, but we're here.
1-1 at the end of normal time. So now we got to extra time and it's up to the two teams. What did we think of Werau and Joker's goal, gentlemen?
Yeah, it's been an interesting game. I think, if you're going to look at it from a Malmo point of view, this game could be over. Joker's missed quite a lot of simple chances, a 1v1, And if you're going to look at it from a Bordeaux point of view, you'd be even more disappointed because they had the lead. They had, they could have just kept the ball and they make a silly play and lose the possession, and Joker converts, after missing probably the easier chance and converting the harder chance. But yeah, I think that this doesn't bode well for Bordeaux. I think the longer the game goes on, the more likely the Snail is going to lose his patience and he's going to make a rash decision. Of course, you could say the same about Andrew. And so I really think that it will be the team that scores the first goals, and I think we will see a crushing defeat. The reason I know this is because I got my crystal ball out, and I just know the future, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, the goals, yes, Werau classic tapping. You expect those from him every single game, every single year. Same goals from Arau. But I mean, the Joker goal, phenomenal. I mean, he manifested the equalizer from thin air. It's a brilliant goal and a worthy one for the final.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. Now that the final goes to extra time, let's hand it back to Elliot West, shall we?
Well, uncharted territory for me, uncharted territory for the FBC Champions League, and uncharted territory for 8 players on this pitch. Extra time awaits. Who's wants it more, Bordeaux or Malmo? Here's trick shot. The lag will happen for both players, and the 2 greatest players facing off on the pitch once again. I think we all highlighted in the half-time break that both teams need to now watch for their keepers coming off their line and cover where possible. Here's Joker. Knocked in. Trick shot cleared away by Werau. Shaky start to the half for Bordeaux. Eltro. To his left. We can go left or we can go right. Eltro. Knocked all the way in. Poor pass. And trick shot's free. Now. He's got Circuit to his right. Does he opt for him? He does opt for Circuit. And here can Circuit to finish it all off. 2-1 to Malmo. And Bordeaux have made a huge critical error. Speedy came too high. Couldn't get back in time. But Circuit there to make them pay. And now Bordeaux have a lot of work to do if they want to get back in this game. Here comes Werau. It's not quite enough there from the Dutchman. Here's Silva though. Silva can try and block by Andrew. Still 2-1 to Malmo here at the London Stadium. And cleared away his trick shot now. And Snailey's been sold again in no man's land, and Joker can have a free. He has got taken the free, and he has made it free for Malmo. Joker adds a second to his tally, but unbelievable stuff for Bordeaux and Malmo. Malmo can't believe their luck. Bordeaux have been let Malmo off the hook twice, and well, Andrew will say thank you very much there. I mean, Malmo must be laughing. And Bordeaux are absolutely completely being destroyed. Here comes trick shot. 2 on him. Knocked away and Silva will pick it up. Well, it's giving me shades of what happened in the group stage, the 5-4 a few weeks ago. And it's a post. Not quite enough. Eltro cleared away by Andrew. And Speedy, he's high again. Trying to get all 4 men in the box. Well, I don't think it's going to work again, surely. Malmo will just pounce on it. And Joker clears away. Here's trick shot. Oh, lovely turn away from Speedy. And Speedy can't get back in time. Trick shot, Werau won't be able to get there either. It's 4. And like that, Malmo might have just been a chance of winning the FBC Champions League. Bordeaux have thrown it all away. We've got an extra time period to come. But this is unbelievable. Well, 7 minutes to play of extra time, so Malmo are not safe yet. But this looks so secure. Malmo look all over them. Eltro knocked in. Werau, it's 4-2. Hello, here we go maybe. Bordeaux maybe back in it. Malmo might not yet be breathing a sigh of relief. And it's... Oh, Joker's got a 5th. That is unbelievable from Joker. Got the wrong side of Speedy. And look who's been taking a fool. Here's Eltro. Knocked in. Oh! Knocked off the line, I think, by Circuit there. The lag didn't show it too well, but good stop from Circuit. That was definitely going in the top corner. And Joker's been... Oh my word, what are Bordeaux doing? What are Bordeaux doing? Joker's having a 4th to his tally. And Malmo have got their 6th. And I don't know about Bordeaux not having a 6th sense. But something like this would happen if you get your goalkeeper up too high. But the risk has not reduced the reward. And now, Bordeaux are in huge trouble. And might have just thrown away the biggest opportunity at silverware this season. Wera. Knocked a little bit forward. Wera knocked in and Eltro... Oh, sorry, not Eltro. Silva just nearly got there. Circuit. Silva. Trying to get on the back, and Trickshot will say thank you very much to Silva. And this could be 7. It couldn't be 7 for Malmo, could it? No, it couldn't. It's half time and extra time though. 6-2 to Malmo. Not quite what we expected in that, well, first half of extra time. It's becoming a huge FBC Champions League shock. And we're now in the highest scoring game ever in an FBC Champions League final. And it beats Dublin in 2 years ago with Koletnik and Anonymous. And oh, Speedy with a great save. Good stop from Speedy. You can score 4 goals in 5 minutes. It's 100% possible. But unless Joker can... No, he can't. Can't get it there. But Werau running and cry to his team at the half-time break. And Circuit will take it off Werau. And Circuit's got it in here. It's 7. It's heaven for Malmo. And it's a brilliant goal to cap off what could be an absolutely beautiful night in London. And Trickshot. Well, Trickshot's going for 8 here. It is 8. And Malmo are absolutely destroying Bordeaux. They've stopped celebrating their goals. They might as well just celebrate the night in general now. It's incredible to see. And Werau here. Knocked all the way in and it's cleared away. Trickshot. Well, Trickshot does a good job there. Keeping it all together at the back for Malmo. And it looks like Andrew's just swapped up front all of a sudden in this second half of extra time. Does Andrew want to get in on the action? I wouldn't blame him. Here's Andrew, cleared away by Silva. Here is Silva. Speedy. Been ripped into his defensive mistakes tonight, and he's knocked in, and Circuit clears away off the line. And I mean, I don't blame Speedy for having a crack, but lots of players up for Bordeaux, and well, it's going to be quite the story and quite the mark on the FBC Champions League in its history. And Joker's just waltzed through all of them. Waltzed straight through. And now Andrew's going to have a taste of the pie. And maybe not. Speedy does get there in the end. But Circuit will get it back. And Andrew... oh, he's really taunting Eltro now. And he does get the nutmeg off, but not the nutmeg on Speedy. Malmo are toying with Bordeaux, playing with their food. And my oh my, this might be one of the greatest Champions League shocks in history. Silva tried one and Werau couldn't get there. Andrew now. Oh, lovely turn. Lovely turn again from Andrew. And look at this. He's down the left-hand side. Can he cap it off? Maybe with a goal. He can't. Speedy gets the better of him for a third time. Here's Joker. Trick shot. Takes it away from Eltro. And Andrew gets his goal. It's 9. It's fine for Malmo. You might as well just kiss the trophy now. Because Kirio has done the absolute king. Bringing Sweden to the top of the Champions League and club competition once again. Joker, not diverted by the lag spikes. Here's Joker once more, played into the centre, knocked to Circuit, and Circuit might have another piece of the action. Here's Andrew trying to roulette, but not got there enough. And now Werau, knocked to forward to Silva. Silva having to divert right. But here's Silva, it's free for Bordeaux. But you're going to need 6 more if you want to win the Champions League tonight. But I don't think there's enough time. Surely not enough time. Malmo are just too good to them tonight. Extra time would not have helped them. But trick shot still going. And, well, Snailey's trying to make a dash up, and they really haven't got long, Bordeaux. But Malmo, they could sit down and be happy right now if they wanted to. And Andrew's taken it. It's going to be 10, isn't it? Oh my word, Malmo are all over this. It's 10. It's 10 out of 10 for Malmo. And wow, we've not seen a 10-0 scoreline, or 10 goals scored in a game, since Gibraltar United back in 21. That was incredible, that game. Gibraltar United conceding 10 against Highs, and that's a game you don't want to look back on. But Eltro, knocked in for Werau, knocked in and Speedy clears away. But trick shot, knocked forward to Andrew. This surely will be the last action of the game. And the lag, it doesn't show. Speedy's given up. But Malmo FF are the FBC Champions League winners in 2023. What a result for them, setting records for the Swedish side. 10 out of 10 for Malmo, 3 out of 10 for Bordeaux. But what a game we've got in store. We'll go to the studio now.
And that was excellent from Malmo and a calamity for Bordeaux. Not the extra time period we were expecting at all. Elliot West joins us from the commentary box, but what happened to Bordeaux?
Well, I thought it was poor from Bordeaux tonight. I mean, I don't really understand how you can throw a final that so badly. They stuck with the same 4. They had options on the bench, but they didn't go for them. And I think they've not really had the best. They've not had the best final. That is probably the worst final performance I've seen from the previous 4 editions of the competition. And the defensive, I mean, shocking. I mean, I don't understand how you can leave the goal open so many times and not realise and, kind of change things up a bit. But, we'll see what happens. I mean, what the aftermath is. They've got the league this Saturday, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, exactly what I said happened. It's almost like I can see into the future, But, yeah, they just collapsed. Just fantastic play from the greatest player ever. Really showing why he is the GOAT, why he is the best, and why a lot of people don't like him because he's too good. Provided a lot of assists for his teammates, and like I said, the Snaily made some rash decisions, and the game was over before they even had a chance. Really, it was done.
Well, it is like famous saying, one stick break easy, and many stick is hard to break. And I mean, the Bordeaux team, it's individuals, and once the pressure was applied, the stick has snapped, and it is that simple. The team, there is not a lot of sticks together. They are very weak.
Now, there was talk of the Pablo curse coming back to strike. Bordeaux signed him at the start of the season and then transferred him out. Do you think that's affected Bordeaux tonight?
Well, the Pablo curse has been quite a big thing for FBC for a long time. I mean, every single one of his teams from the Champions League and the World Cup have reached the final. And every time it's been covered by us here, at Westie TV. He's never won the final. I think it's I don't think it's down almost to the Pablo curse. I think it's down to the rest of the team as well. But Pablo's got, it's unfortunate because I think Pablo could have, it could have been a win for Pablo, and I think he would have finally had his hands on the trophy.
They had another saying in basketball where they say, "Ball don't lie." And with this team, I mean, they built controversial. They have fraudulent trades. It perhaps was the Pablo curse and karma for dealing him away in that El Troco trade. But I mean, you have to play the game fair to be rewarded. And this team, it was not built fair, and they get what was coming to them. Ball don't lie.
I don't believe in curses. I remember there was a preseason curse. I don't believe in that stuff. I think, it's a way to cope with losing. And that's never a mentality I had. I always win. I always win everything. And so, for me, there's no excuses. If I don't win, I don't win, and it was my fault. So, yeah, I mean, who knows what effect that might have had, though. It might not be a curse, but maybe Pablo's a cancer in the dressing room. Maybe he's causing problems. I mean, Pablo can be. He can do that. He can be quite confrontative, and I've seen him get into some scraps with El Traco. I've seen them have many a fist fight. So, yeah, perhaps that's what happened here.
And back to Malmo then. It was a dominant end to a challenging campaign. Are they the worthy winners of this year's competition?
Yes, I think Malmo very, very worthy of the title. I think they set the standard of the league, the transfer business, and the free flowing football that they played. But I don't think the UCL has seen a better side before, and they are very worthy champions.
Well, I don't know. I think Malmo were worthy winners. I think they've had a good tournament. They might not be the best side. I don't agree with Andrew on that. I think there's been some better sides in the history of the competition, but I think they're worthy winners. They didn't really kick down and get in gear from match day 1, but match day 2 they scraped through the group stages. Partizan kind of completely crumpled and didn't go down too well for them. But Malmo took advantage, and to be fair, Villarreal went at their form, went at their best either. But you've got to beat the sides to get through and win the competition in the end. So, Malmo were good tonight, very, very good. But they're not the best in the competition. I wouldn't put them down as the best.
I think, if a team wins 10-3, they deserve to win it, right? I don't see how you can debate that. I think it was very, very close in the full time, and you could have given it to either team, but like I said, it was really going to come down to who scored, because both teams they had a bit of a hot wiring goal, and so I think Malmo definitely deserved to win, and I'd just like to congratulate everyone on that team and the greatest player of all time.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, before we leave you tonight, Elliot has an announcement. This is what Elliot recorded earlier today.
Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well. Well, we've come to the end of another FBC Champions League season, and after 4 editions of doing this competition now on Westie TV, raising lots of money for charity and doing and bringing some of the best FBC clubs together for one big competition, unfortunately we're coming to an end. The competition has been absolutely incredible over the past few years. We've had 4 fantastic and worthy winners of the competition. And I think everyone's really, really come together around the spirit of FBC, the nature of the competition. Some people who have not really been a part of the FBC community for the past few years have found the community through the Champions League and its videos, and we've reached over 100,000 of you over the globe, or hundreds of thousands of views have come over from across the globe in 100 different countries. But unfortunately, I'm announcing today that I'm going to be stepping back from FBC commentary for the foreseeable future. I may come back to do a few random videos in and around. I might come back and do the Euro 2024 final. Just depends what's going on around the world at the minute. But with the this is been an interesting past 3.5 years where we've done these competitions and all these videos. But my time with FBC and commentary is going to be coming to an end after today. I've absolutely loved commentating for FBC. It's been a market we've not really never really stepped into until the pandemic. But now we're coming to an end. I've graduated university, so I need to go and do something that pays a bit more than this, unfortunately. But I've just wanted to say a huge thank you to you guys for coming and supporting the commentary for FBC. I will still be doing some other stuff for commentary wise, but I'm looking at doing some stuff with FIFA or EA Sports FC 24 and F1 23 coming up very, very soon, hopefully. But my time with FBC and commentary is coming to an end. I'll still play FBC. I still want to come and score more goals on Joker and Daniel and all the people, and have a good competition with them all. Have a bit of fun, because I'll need that in the next 6 months or so. So I do job hunting and all these various things. But I want to say a huge thank you to you guys, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please make sure to donate to UNICEF. That's one of the key things from today. Please donate what you can to the charity helping children in over 190 countries and territories across the world, and giving them the best start in life. That's the main thing. But I'm now back to Francois, who's going to close this out. But thank you all very, very much again. And, stick around. We've got some more new exciting things coming. But FBC, it's been a fun one. Thank you very much.
And now it is time for us to end tonight's coverage. It was a pleasure doing so. Bordeaux were battered, but Malmo were marvellous. From all of us here at Westie TV, thank you for watching, and have a great night.